Good evening, everyone. Very sorry for the delay. Tonight is our cast for JGX Black Omen against MJ12. I am one of your casters, Tios, with our two guest stars, Virtually Dark and Bowser.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, so once again, very sorry for the delay. We had some problems getting the stream up and running and actually getting the teams in place as is custom for a Div A team. They are late, about 5 minutes late, and we are still waiting for everyone to lock and get ready. Now, so let me pull up the stats for these two teams while we wait. All right, and JGX is locked, even though they're not readied up. So, do me a big thonk there. And we have JGX, who's now saying that they're locked and then they're moving. I don't think that that's allowed. This is not what I expect from an admin of the league. But okay then. So these are two teams that are both 3-0, and their scores are actually perfectly the same. So while I have my own beliefs about how tonight will play out, I am curious to see how these two teams that are tied will move forward. And the winner of this match will most likely go on to play EMP for the first place seed of this league. Oh, I found out why. We are on MW Leagues 2, not MW Leagues 1. Love this.
Yeah, maybe I should have said something. I wasn't sure if you realized it.
Nope, I did not. All right, I'm a procaster. And we are launching. All right, Bowser, don't forget, don't press the tab, Q, and backspace till the mechs are powered on and moving. The game does not like it if you do it beforehand.
Oh no.
Let me guess, you did it?
No.
Okay.
I almost did though.
All right, we are now waiting for the teams to fly in. And we have MJ12 bringing 2 Grasshopper 5Hs, 2 Vulcan 5Ts, and a Quick Draw 4H and a Blackjack 3. And we have JGX bringing 2 Vulcan 5Ts, 2 Grasshoppers, a Quick Draw, and a Blackjack. So actually same drop decks from both sides.
Yeah, this is really interesting, actually. Both of these sides brought really heavy range on a more traditionally brawly map, at least in my experience playing it. There's almost no brawl, actually, on these guys. Pretty much just Vulcans, that's it.
It looks like teams are just going to take high grounds on their respective sides of the map, and they're just going to play a peek poke game. It'll be interesting to see if cap strat comes into play.
And the first cap was not actually capped, even though the sound went off. These are a very odd amount of peeps. Are those on only the Pop Tarts or on the Grasshoppers as well?
Yeah, interesting. Majestic 12 has brought a 3 PPC quick draw, 3 PPC Grasshopper, just 1 3 PPC Grasshopper, and then a 3 PPC quick draw.
Health seems to be pretty even on either side, though it looks like that Black Omen is actually losing a bit more trades than their opponents. And now we wait as MJ12 is becoming major strike bait right now.
There's strikes already flying at the JGX team. A lot of movement, but not a lot of engagement. Just the mechs really up high, popping shots at one another.
Well, this was kind of to be expected when you have two teams that have always loved range over brawl. Though it looks like we have 3 mechs from Black Omen who are now moving towards a flank, or at least trying to close near Theta.
Yeah, JGX just seems like they want to try and go for it and just be cheeky-breaky.
Interesting. So Bill was actually extremely hurt on his rear torsos. He must have ate a really bad strike. He's pretty much a one-shot kill on his rear torsos at this point. If JGX knows, they might be able to exploit that.
If I am to judge by the sound, I would say that both the Blackjacks have ER peeps and not heavies. Which is a bit of an odd choice, seeing as the map here, a lot of the ranges are about 600, so almost always you would see.
Honestly, I'm not really sure
peeps.
what's going on at the moment. I think they're just playing really cagey. They're just straight up trading. It's just a straight up trading war right now. They don't even care about caps or any kind of flanking or anything like that, as the decks would suggest.
We have Crass, and I want to say it's pronounced Naveed, trying to move in for a flank. Honor Wolf though, and he spotted them. So the element of surprise is lost there.
Bowser, press backspace once.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was wondering how to do that too.
Yeah. As you can tell, we have a cast of 3 players and not 2, which means that we are doing a screen share. Not much is going on in this drop though. It's just pure trades after trades.
It's all, kind of like an old school.
Bearclaw is open on his left torso. Actually, if he's running an XL, that's death for him.
No, in Bearclaw
probably
is.
LFP. Actually, he's really fast. Maybe he is XL. I'm not sure.
It is. It's possible. JGX they're really.
Either way, that'll be a really quick neuter if MJ12 can take advantage of this.
Yeah. I mean, JGX being so aggressive on this left side. I mean, how is MJ12 gonna receive this if JGX just decide to say F it and go for it?
Now we have John McFuzzy, who is really starting to lose some trades now. He's not open anywhere, but his armor is pretty much red orange everywhere you look.
It looks like JGX is actually pushing up very heavily. It looks like they've committed to this left side push. However, Gogio is a little bit behind. This might be really bad for their timing, unless he can get some sort of angle.
Overwatch is still not ready to go for JGX with only one of their two pop tarts in place, but they're just gonna go for the push.
And their Vulcan, Dementos, is being caught out right now.
It's almost like JGX thinks they're in a do or die situation.
And John goes down. Krasno goes down.
Yep, it's
a 1-1 trade.
The percentages are definitely in MJ12's favor. I think JGX just trying to push the
Dementos
issue.
is lagged, almost dead, though he's going to be taken out quickly by Gogio and Pasha.
Yet still, they are trying to spend
and
two.
This is pretty much a brawl at this. This is pretty much a serious brawl right now at this point.
And
However,
Naveed is
me,
legged.
Bill, and Taco Rod Warrior have Overwatch on this brawl.
Naveed is legged and is now pinned in place, but he manages to steal a final kill, and now he's trying to limp off and get away from the ball. And we have Dith, who's still alive at 23%, just doing what he can to hold on as he finally goes down.
And Bearclaw's barely hanging on himself at 38%.
However, this does look like it is going to turn in favor of JGX.
Yeah, they definitely realized they needed to force the issue and close the gap to the PPCs.
And Bill going out with a kill on Bearclaw. But I don't think it's going to be enough to save them at this point.
Taco just doing what he can. Going down with the fight. Very admirable. And that's it. GG.
That is the end of the drop with JGX Black Omen winning drop 1. I would say that was a pretty fair match. It really could have gone either way with some very odd choices from both sides. Because now we have Gogio's.
Gogio's pretty fresh. Now that is one shot on his one remaining leg.
And Pasha, I'm assuming, is spread damage pretty well, seeing as he's a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, Pasha's pretty fresh. It wasn't super one-sided. It was relatively close.
JGX definitely made the right call.
However, the damage numbers are very much so in favor of JGX. Interestingly. Pasha, 600 in the ERPPC blackjack. That's actually surprising.
All right, give me a moment to pull in these stats, and then we will be ready. Uh-oh, is the stats site down again? Don't want that to happen. Apologies, chat, as we are now trying to find the stats for the stats page from WO. Alright, well, while we are waiting, we are going to change sides of these two teams. And while I try to save these stats, let's do a quick giveaway for 1000 MC. Giveaway. Oopsies. Apologies, chat, while I try to get this going. Alrighty, now let's remove the mods. Sorry, Moobop, but unfortunately, you cannot win a giveaway. All right. So we are now going to roll for 1000 MC, and this animation is always loud as always. Then after that, we will go over the map strat. John McFuzzy of MJ12, you have won a mech bay. Please DM me on stream or find me anywhere else, seeing as you and I share a lot of servers. And then I will get you out your code for your free mech bay. And now let's hop open to map strat. All right, It's odd. Is the map strat site down for the two of you guys?
No.
Still working.
Okay.
Use the second one.
I am. That's the problem, though.
Do you see me pinging on Theta?
I do now. Just give me one moment to pull it back up on stream, seeing as I'm going to change the source. Apologies, chat. This seems to not want to work out the way I want it to. Alright, apparently the map strat will have to wait while we get this going. It seems that the site is down, or it is for my computer at least, of which I am not sure what's going on. Apologies, chat, while we get these stats up. Love it when everything breaks. Don't you guys?
I'm not feeling your pain. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we love
I'm
that.
not feeling it either.
Alright. Now we are waiting for the two teams to lock. It seems that that MJ12 is currently locked. Sorry, chat. Apparently the stats sheet does not want to show up as well. I will work on that while the next match is being casted or streamed. I should say. I'll have to let Bowser and Dark do a bit more of the casting while I see what is going on with these stream setups. And we have both sides. We are just waiting now for JGX to lock, and we are ready. We are launching.
I expect to see more of the same in this drop. Long range spam, and then possibly one side.
I expect to see something very much different from Majestic 12. I would certainly hope so. I think their deck was pretty subpar in my opinion. The triple PPCs, that doesn't make much sense to me at all. No, especially the way they played. I expect to see something vastly different, but we will see. Is JGX bringing the different? No.
They're
Is
both
it?
different.
They're both, yes, they're both very different.
Oh, this is an unusual choice.
Majestic going with 2 Uziels. Ooh. And then we got JGX going with 3 Assassin 21s, a Vulcan,
And
2
large,
Black Knights.
it's just large, medium Black Knights, Assassin, Vulcan. So yeah, JGX is definitely looking to play more aggressive, as is Majestic 12. The Uzios are a very interesting choice. A lot of teams like them. I personally can't stand them. Their hitboxes are terrible, and they just fold under focused fire. But they do have jump jets, so they're not, and they're really fast, so they're not terrible.
And
We'll see.
this looks just to be a full-out rush from MJ12. I'm not sure they're really gonna hold anything back here.
Yeah, JGX made sure to get Theta early. And it looks like MJ12 just wants to push the issue as well. They're just going to go for it.
Yep, and we have some shots. being
JGX
fired.
needs to be careful. Those Black Knights are gonna die very quickly under focus fire, and they will overheat fast.
MJ12
I think, yeah,
seems to
those
wanna
I think
force
those
that.
Black Knights are way too far up right now.
And we have Dith, who is just running straight into the field, and he's pretty much gonna be killed if he's got the focus.
There
fire.
goes one Black Knight.
Oh
Yep.
wow!
The
Big
other's
focus
almost
pop
down.
on Heavy, and Kraz is next.
Yeah, there goes the other.
Wow. Great focus fire
That
from
was
MJ12.
very terrible Black Knight positioning on JGX's part.
And Dith finally goes down. JGX was not.
Alligator
and
and the assassin is legged, almost dead. There he goes.
Strike kill. Ooh.
Dogmeat's rear and legs are hurt. Dogmeat's very hurt, and he's going to be the next to go down.
It's now a 4v3 with a significant health advantage going to MJ12. Now it's a 4v2.
Dogmeats gets taken out, and MJ12 is doing a fantastic job here. Great focus fire, and they knew exactly what they needed to do. They knew the Black Knights were up way too
Navid's
close.
legged. Yes, the assassin.
It's pretty much cleanup at this point.
Yep, and Navid's about to go down. Will he get the kill though on John McFuzzy?
Looks like Dario's running. He might be,
Trying to kite at this point? I'm not sure.
maybe. Doesn't really make much sense. I don't really think there's much he can do. He's not going to win on caps at this point. I'd say it's pretty much over.
Navid though, clawing for his life, he gets the kill on John McFuzzy. A major upset
And
there.
Honor Wolf is really beat up as well.
Navid though has
Wow.
got to conserve ammo. I don't imagine it'll last forever, as he's now caught against me, Bill.
They need to. MJ12 needs to kill Navid. What are they doing?
Navid
Yeah,
finally
that
goes down.
took way too long.
And now Dario's down at 36%, and he
that's
goes down.
it. Yeah, that was honestly very. Yeah, that was very poor of JGX to move those Black Knights there. They're heat capped super quickly, and they're extremely, like, that's their tonnage. They put their tonnage into that, and then they put their tonnage on the front line. And again, those mechs overheat quickly. They have high range. Like, there's absolutely no reason you should ever have moved those Black Knights up there, for any reason.
I entirely agree with that. If they were further back and out of range, or not in the perfect range of all their medium pulse boats, they probably would have gone down.
I dare say they
MJ12.
straight up threw that with that Black Knight positioning, straight up putting all that tonnage and then just shoving fragile heavy mechs in the front line that heat cap quickly. That's just ridiculous.
Inclined to agree with you on that. And now, while we swap the maps,
Despite that, however, it was still a very close game. Despite
Yes.
that, so I think it took MJ12, excuse me, way too long to kill Navid.
Yeah, initially MJ12.
The
they
damage
focus
and
fire-
the damage reflects with Navid and the assassin being the top scorer on JGX's team with 561 damage.
Yeah, he was able to do way
But
too much.
Texan in the Uziel, 600 damage in that Uziel.
I know he did
that's
get
nice.
Some fair strikes in, but yes, that's still a very large feat. Now then, let's get these match scores going. Hello. There we go, and the match scores are up with top damage of MJ12 being Texan Scrublord with 446 damage. And
You're looking at the wrong one.
uh,
He did 600 damage.
oh yes, he did. Apologies, chat. And I put the stats up in the chat for Bowser and Dark if y'all want to go over those while I get these maps set up and teams switched up.
I don't think there's much to go over. I don't think the stats really show much of a picture. I think Navid was allowed to live for way too long. That's why he got off a bunch of extra damage. He shouldn't have been able to otherwise. And I think Texan, like you said, he got a decent strike. That doesn't really matter. I think what matters is he was alive for a while and shooting, smart with his positioning. So I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
All right, and chat. Once again, I'm very sorry for all the tech problems, but as a way of saying thanks for putting up with it, we are not going to have one but two giveaway rolls for 1000 MC, courtesy of Toaster. As we now head on to our third drop on Solaris City, which is the first week that that it is being played in this season, as a lot of teams were very displeased with a 3 cap on HPG. So the admins held a vote, and voila, we are now on Solaris City. And this match is still able to go either way, as both teams only have one win, and both teams also have 9 kills under their belt. And John McFuzzy has now reached out to me. Let's get you your code for a free mech bay as soon as I can find it. And unfortunately, the map strat still does not want to work. However, instead, we will be looking at the stats from drop 1, seeing as I never got to pull those up on screen. So let's get those going. As we wait, we have top damage from MJ12 being, once again, Texan Scrublord with, oh wait, nope, that's the wrong one. Apparently, Bredham does not want to show a previous match. I don't like this. I don't like technology right now. And we have some slight changes on the players from both sides, as now JGX is going to bring in Lermgod, and now MJ12 is bringing Khan back, if that's how you pronounce his name, Khan Backhead, because it's spelled really weird, I don't know. So it's a one player swap on both sides. I don't know if how much of a change that this will bring on the field. I know Lermgod is a very skilled pilot, formerly playing for 2/8 Wild Ones. He I want to say he was in World Cup 2018. I mean 2017, but I'm not entirely
Yeah.
sure. But either way, he's a very strong pick for the team. And Compact, I'm sorry, but I don't actually know anything about you. I don't actually ever think I met you. And MJ12 is locked. We are now waiting for JGX to lock, and then we will get it ready with both teams really trying to milk the fact that they have a 5 minute break in between each drop. There are some teams that will always enjoy well, not enjoy, but they will always make sure that everything is planned and they are ready and there's not a lot of time spent in between each drop. These are obviously not one of those teams. So while we wait, Bowser, I know you just played a match against Blackwatch on this map. I want to say it was I want to say last night actually. So how do you think this match will play out, or how do you think it'll go?
I believe it's in JGX's best interest to prepare to receive something from Majestic 12 based on previous experience with these two teams and otherwise, example, last match. So I believe JGX will be taking more like a ranged laser deck as they usually do, and Majestic 12 is going to have to try and push that. So JGX needs to receive better. If they'd received better last match, they would have won. So it just came down to the Black Knight's positioning. So if they don't make that mistake, I believe they will probably be fine.
All right. And we are launching. Drop 3, we have 1 win on either side, and after this match, or after this drop, we will have a giveaway for 1000 MC. And then after drop 4, we will have another giveaway for 1000 MC. Is that a crane? Oh, I never realized that that a lot of these buildings are actually still being built and they're still in construction. This is actually pretty cool.
Textures could be a little bit better though.
I mean, yeah, but it's not something that that the players will see easily from the ground.
Okay, so this is interesting. It looks like they both... No. So Majestic 12 brought 3 Thanatos 5S's.
2 Panthers.
Snubnose LB20. 1 Snubnose and dual LB20s. I have never seen this played before, and they are slow as hell. 54, so...
Wow, so...
I don't think I agree with this at all. This is going to be like a really slow brawl push, which will give JGX, with their AC-10 Victor, MPL Phoenix Hawks, MPL Vulcan, etc., to really give them time to receive MJ12's push.
And
Slow pushes are very awkward right now in the current state of the game. And there you go. JGX is scouted from Honor Wolf. Looks like MJ12 should know where they're going.
And we have JGX doing a very hard push to Kappa and just completely trying to forget the side of the map that that is to the east of Theta, while MJ12 looks to be aiming for center. Or is this just gonna be a NASCAR?
And also, Majestic 12 brought 2 Snubnose Panthers, so they're like full pinpoint.
It's an unusual
It's like
choice.
they're trying to imitate the heavy Goss strategies that some teams have employed without the risks of heavy Goss being crit out and disabled early. I kind of like it, but it's really slow, so we're gonna see what happens.
Definitely risky on a map like this. Where
Very, very risky.
The firing lanes are so open that if they make a push and JGX just happens to be looking that right.
JGX has brought the perfect deck to counter it too. Pretty much entirely med pulse with Laser Vomit Grasshopper and an AC-10 Victor.
And MJ12, oh, and they are no longer trying to sit and wait. They're now actually gonna, I wouldn't say go on the move, seeing as they're very slow, but they are trying to slowly work their way through the map.
They might. It's possible they might get away with this movement because it doesn't look like there's really that many JGX players looking down that firing lane.
MJ12 does not seem to know where. I mean, I don't think either teams actually accurately know where each other are. Nope, they do now.
Wow,
JGX spotted the Panther.
And it looks like the light mechs are going to try and bait their attention so the Thanatoses can just move right up.
MJ12 is getting bottlenecked, trying to move
These
forward.
Thanatos, they're so slow.
And they're just getting, and they're about to be gunned down on approach.
JGX has a very strong concave right now. However, MJ12 hasn't sustained too much damage yet.
It might be.
It's not irrecoverable, and they're starting to move into range, but this is the problem. You're also moving into range of med pulses. So Taco Road Warrior is
already
basically
shredded.
Crippled. Both of his torsos are open. He's almost CT'd.
It's in the Thanatos' best interest to hug this building.
Dementos is almost lost his right torso. He's almost crippled. The Panthers are hurt on MJ12. This is very awkward.
And Taco Rod Warrior goes down, just walked into a concave and got destroyed.
Lermgod
is one-shot CT. Pasha is very hurt CT, probably a good 2 or 3 shots. But Krasnopesky is just shooting down on them. This is just a shooting gallery right now for Krasnopesky.
Yeah, the MJ12.
And Alligator as well. These Phoenix Hawks are like straight up farming these guys.
Kraz is moving.
And Kraz is dropped on the Thanatos, trying to get some flanking shots.
This is gonna be a wipe at this point, I think.
And Kraz is now behind Dith, as Dith is about to go down. That is Dith. We are now down to
the Thanatoses are all down.
It is a 3-on-3. It is a Javelin and 2 Panthers against 2 Phoenix Hawks and a Vulcan. So actually still a little bit
Convact goes down.
Yep.
Texan is
I stand corrected.
Gonna be finished summarily. He's about to be legged.
And his arms looks like it's smoking as well from up here, but he's legged. This is almost the end of him.
And Honor Wolf is one shot on his right torso. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
Not a bad effort from MJ12, but they definitely need to be more mindful.
Very strongly disagree with the deck choice. It's a very, like, they kind of just got farmed, honestly, when they pushed, because they're so slow.
I believe
any reactionary advantage they had is completely lost because their mechs are too slow.
I believe the deck would have worked if they
it's like
had not
trying
pushed.
to push open ground on Annihilators, if that makes any sense, with Annihilators or something like that.
Yeah,
you just like you don't do that, generally speaking. It's extremely difficult to do. And as we see here, the Thanatoses did very little, actually. No more than 200, 250 damage between all of them. It's unfortunate, but to be expected. They're just too slow. And Thanatoses are not tanky mechs. Like, if it's like an Orion or something, sure, maybe you'll be able to tank. But as a Thanatos, no, you just get farmed. And that's exactly what happened. They kind of got farmed, to be honest. I believe the match score is a bit of a lie in that situation. Or the match result, 3-6. It was not very close.
All right, well, let's get these stats going while we change sides. And actually, before the stats, we are going to do a quick giveaway roll for 1000 MC. So let's get that up. All right. Reckless. I'm kind of tempted to take you off because I know that you have like 40 alts in here somewhere. But unfortunately, I must be impartial as I have no proof of your alts yet. All right, let's start the roll for the giveaway for 1000 MC. Lerm God of Black Omen, you have won 1000 MC. Wow, so both of our winners tonight are both players from the teams playing. Now let's get these stats up.
Does your map strat still work?
No, unfortunately, it's still broken, which is having me a bit sad.
Damn.
I know, right?
It's okay.
Now let's get these sides switched. And let's see. All right. So, top damage from...
You gotta swap the teams.
I did.
Oh.
Top damage from MJ12 being Honor Wolf, which is a bit surprising, seeing as he arguably had the least firepower of everybody in that drop. Top damage of JGX being Pasha, which is unsurprising, seeing as he was in the heaviest mech and pretty much was set up in a firing line for the whole drop. With a pitifully low damage from from the three main gunboats of MJ12, it was obvious that the push in the Thanatos was not the best idea in this, or at least it was not well done. Personally, I would say that the best bet would have been to set up somewhere and force JGX to push onto them, as that walk-in did not seem like the smartest move.
And there is a reason as well that teams are playing heavy Gauss mix, because with heavy Gauss, you still have the ability to poke and trade to an extent. You can still corner peek and still do significant amounts of damage. With LB20s and it's not BPCs, you can't really do that. You kind of have to commit. That's just like an option taken out of the book, basically. It's very awkward, to be honest. And you're slower to boot. Again, it's very, very awkward. I'm not sure why they did that. It's interesting, but not on this map.
I believe...
With heavy Gauss too, you have the ability, if you get into that right optimal range where you can, if you get lucky or you know where to aim, you're getting that headshot, you're getting that insta kill, and that's huge in a clutch situation.
Against lights as well, if you pull a good snapshot on a light, you can pretty much one shot or blow off its leg in one hit. With LB20 snub PPC, not even. They are going to have to be within like 50 meters in order for you to do that, so It's just not feasible.
If they dropped a snub peep and they win around 64, the strat maybe would
have been better. It would have been much better because they would have had the speed to close better. So.
I don't think it would have been a guaranteed win for MJ12, but I believe the match would have been a lot more fair, as we can see as Black Omen has much higher damage scores all around as they free farmed everybody on approach. And
I think this is a good showing from MJ12 against the third place finishers from last year's World Championship. I think they're kind of proving themselves a little bit here.
And we have JGX is now locked, as we are waiting for MJ12 to lock, and then we will hop into drop 4. However, the score is still currently 2-1 in JGX's favor, which means that the match is still winnable for MJ12, and whoever whoever wins this will have the honor, or I guess the fear, of facing EMP in their week 5 round. I'm curious though to see if the same strat will be played, or if MJ12 does not have the same strat planned. I feel like when a win or loss, they would not have planned to do the same strat like that twice in a row. And MJ12 is locked. We are launching drop 4. No, yeah, this is drop 4.
I don't know what to expect from these teams in this drop. Well, actually, I do know what to expect from JGX. I don't know what to expect from MJ12, but they need to change things up significantly if they want to win.
I agree. Now let's hop in, so there's not a radio cast. Not going to do that ever again. Alright, let's wait for these teams to hop in. Now, well, first, let's explore the map. There's the buildings that still need to be built. This building has no inside. Where are the people? Pretty sure a city has to have people, right? And now the teams are flying in. MJ12 bringing the same strat. Wow.
Really? That's very, very interesting.
What's the definition of insanity again? Trying the same thing twice and expecting a different result?
I mean, they could execute this better. If they end up in the same scenario, they need to be more mindful if the Phoenix Hawks are high up on the buildings.
Yep.
Because if both Phoenix Hawks are on the same ledge or the same building, then all that MJ12 Thanatos need to do is they just need to hug the wall of that building, and then the Phoenix Hawks are pretty much useless unless they move out into the open, and then that they're at risk of being jumped by MJ12's lights.
JGX seems to be bringing the same strat. They swapped out one of their mediums for Blackjack 3, but other than that, not anything has really changed. And once again, there's the early scout on Honor Wolf, as he always takes that 1% damage and doesn't give any back. But in the end, it's only 1%, so it's not that important. However, now the time will come. Will MJ12 once again try to push, or will they learn from their mistakes and force a better angle of approach? And what is on Meatbill's Warhammer 6 star?
It's 2 LB20s, 2 medium pulse, so it's pretty much identical. It's pretty much just as slow.
Okay. Ooh, I don't like the backup guns. I feel like speed would have been more important there. But now it's trades over Theta, as they are trying to trade with LB20s. Something I thought would have been proven in the last match to not work. And now both teams are trying to hide behind the buildings, as I don't know what's going on here. I guess they're both trying to wait for the better move.
Which MJ12 does not have the advantage because JGX will always have cap advantage due to the Phoenix Hawk and Vulcan combination.
This is true.
So to be honest, I don't know what to really say. I don't know why you would take the same failure of a deck again, but we will see.
We will see indeed. This is a horrible roundabout. I don't know who designed this road, but they're an idiot. I mean, the road on Theta is just foolish. And MJ12 is sending one Panther to the center, and as I don't know if it's a sacrifice or a scout, but it might just end up being both. As I guess he was spotted by Bearclaw. And Texan fires, but it looks like he caught a lamppost, so no damage there. And
he got lucky. He had a strike placed right on him, and he took no damage. That was lucky.
That strike should have had him dead to rights, but I guess RNG's a smile down his favor. And we have Khan back doing the same thing, but now he's trying to fall back, as it looks like he's been spotted. I think he landed 1 or 2 shots, while I don't think Texan actually got off a single landed shot. As MJ12, all their heavy mechs are now starting to move.
This is interesting, actually. JGX is giving them... They put themselves in a place where if MJ12 just pushes through the center unopposed, they can actually get really close to JGX. I don't like this positioning at all from JGX.
This is a very odd
I
choice.
believe they should know what their deck is. I believe they
it-
scouted it, so this is...
And if they make that movement, then Kraz is pretty much useless in the position he's in right now. He's up there and he won't have lines on Jack.
Pasha's turned around. He's not going to see John McFuzzy and me, Bill, moving up.
Oh, we've got NASCAR. We've got NASCAR on a comp drop.
Oh, but they're not moving up.
This is highly
They need to move
unusual.
up. They need to move
close,
up.
Yeah.
They
I don't know
have
what
to
they
close
plan to
right
do
now
here.
while JGX is in this terrible position.
No.
Neither team. willing
And Bill is
to-
Yeah.
pulling back. I guess either team does not want to commit.
The media.
Which is
MJ12's
interesting
not-
because MJ12 took a commit deck. Like they're not going to win unless they commit.
Their mediums should be able to call this out. Like, I don't know if there's like a breakdown of communications here.
Okay, there they are. There.
Yep, they're
But they're scouted, so
Kraz is still up on that position.
we'll see JGX's
they have
reaction.
four
Defend it.
mechs here that are standing right in the choke point, and JGX just needs to get a little closer, force the brawl, but they're
And
still horribly spread out.
And Dith is standing there all by himself, trying to trade with Kraz at ranges that he cannot compete with.
And
there.
Dith is now trying to move in. Honor Wolf is now alone, not winning a trade against Krasnopesky.
And John McFuzzy is just standing out in the open. He's trying to trade at these ranges. I don't see what MJ12 is trying to achieve here.
Yeah, I don't
throwing
think they should have
themselves
taken
away.
center. I don't think they should have gone center at all. They should have gone the other way around. They have jump jets. They have the cover from the road.
I believe
John
that they had
McFuzzy's
two of their
extremely
mechs
hurt.
dead to rights if they went through the outside, but let's keep
John
going. Let's see what
McFuzzy is
happens.
basically a one-shot kill at this point. And then they're all just through the choke point.
And there he goes, John McFuzzy down to Bear Claw.
They're gonna get farm from above.
Honor Wolf down from Krasnopesky. It is now a 4v2 match. And Clan back now. Oh, and he tried to get the back shot.
This is pretty much gonna be a wipe. They do get Lerm God, but it doesn't matter. They may get Pasha as well.
Nope,
No,
he didn't get Pasha. It is now down to Tex and Scrublord in the Panther again. I don't think he's even gonna get a kill from this. No, and as he loses his gun arm, he falls.
That's completely ridiculous. First off, you take the same strat again that clearly doesn't work, and then you do basically the same thing that made it fail. That's completely ridiculous.
I believe
MJ12
that
100% through this match.
Had they committed around this corner here, I'm currently showing on my screen, they would have been able to drop two of their mechs. But I mean, the center does have kind of an appeal to a brawl rush. I don't know why.
Not with their deck. Not with their deck.
And it looks like Pasha is actually running not UX, but just standard.
Yeah, triple
basics.
AC10. Triple AC10 like last match.
Yes. Okay.
MJ12 had the position. They had the opportunity. Their medium...
Lerm God just basically, he was off to the side, pretty much farming them as they came in, so his top damage there is expected. Even if he did die, it's irrelevant.
Yep.
That was a complete wash.
And now let's pull back up these stats. Voila. Yep, top damage, as you said, was Lerm God. Top damage of MJ12 was Texan Scrublord, which is once again the light mech should not be getting top damage in this drop, and that is a key indicator to a very large error or a failure on the heavy mech's part. And bottom damage of MJ12 conbacked in his Panther, getting 80 damage and 25 team damage, so over a quarter of his damage was team damage. And bottom damage of MJ12 being Bear Claw, however, a very close second is none other than Pasha.
You said bottom damage of MJ12. Okay.
Sorry. Bottom damage of Black Omen. My bad thing. Thank you for catching that. And as promised, it is now time for our final roll of 1000 MC while we wait for the teams to ready up for our final match on Grim Plexus. So, let's get these viewers in. Sorry, Bearclaw, but you are a moderator of the stream, and league rules is that the moderators are removed from the role. All right, let's get this going for our final code of 1000 MC. And and the winner of this giveaway is Bomber. Please DM Tios for your 1000 MC or talk in chat. Either one works. As long as I see you, you will get your 1000 MC. And now let's check on these teams for Grim. 2 pilots have left the lobby for MJ12. 1 pilot has left for JGX, presumably to rebuild mechs. I don't know. I mean, ideally, you would have your mechs built before the match, but, you know, yeah. Sometimes these things happen.
No, I can emphasize where they're coming from. I usually build stuff in between drops, so I don't know my mech's ready. I sometimes like spontaneously change what I'm gonna play in last second. So this league is an interesting rule set. So
yeah, that is fair. I have change builds,
and it is very
interesting.
It's very interesting restrictions as well. So that like restrictions that haven't really been seen in this game's comp scene before. So a lot of people probably don't have example like dual LBX 20 snub BPC Thanatos. Even if they are terrible, like you know they've never been played before. It's never been taken. Yeah. So
I would say that that with clan mechs not being allowed, and you being forced to bring such light decks, I would say that it has brought some more uncommon mech choices and made some mechs that would previously be considered poor choices to be acceptable. And let's see, we are now waiting. MJ12 now has 6 players in the lobby. JGX still missing 1. The only player that is readied up, Bearclaw. Thank you, Bearclaw, for having a semblance of love for our speedy process. Now for Grim. These are 2 teams that both love range, so I think the 3 of us can agree on how this match is.
I'm not sure if MJ12 loves range at all. At least in this series, like they only brought range once. They brought brawl 3 times. So I'm really not sure about that. I disagree with that. On Grim, I think MJ12 is gonna stick to what they know, and I think they're just gonna brawl. To be honest, they're gonna do some sort of maybe a 10-line rush tech, like a lot of teams have done. Crabs, fast stuff. Man, they might even try a cap game. I don't know. Grim is a pretty unpredictable, I think. JGX is pretty straightforward. I predict they're just going to bring range, and they're going to pretty much do something similar to what EMP does. So we will see.
I know it's not going to happen, but I want to see LRMs just for lulz.
LRMs are actually pretty strong. I want to say it's mining.
We may see them. We may see them. So I think it's possible.
The Clag would pain my heart, but it would be good to see at this point. It would be good memes. And we now have 6 players in the lobby from both sides, so now we are just waiting for them to ready up and get things going. And I want to say MJ12 has now brought in Draven Dark Shadow. I don't think he's played in any drops so far.
Yeah, so. He played in the second mining drop using the Vindicator.
Okay. Yep. And JGX is Pasha, you can't lock if you're not ready. Why do teams think that they can lock if they're not ready? I will not understand this ever. I've had to explain that so many times every drop, and now they're all ready, and now they are locked. Cool, we are just now waiting on MJ12. Personally, I was never a fan of the rule of locks. I feel like it takes up too much time, and I think both teams should just set up at the same time and just get ready to go. I feel like the whole lock system is outdated and unnecessarily time consuming.
I agree. There's basically never been an issue in the past where teams like try and stall out each other. It just doesn't happen, so I think it's an unnecessary rule.
Yeah, I would say if it was commonplace in this league, then it would be necessary, but it's surely not needed here. There's an event going on right now. Oh yeah,
Double XP weekend.
Ooh, I should burn all my MC on that. I want to say it was Chimera of EMP who converted 1,000,000 XP into GXP, which breaks down to what, 20,000 MC?
Insanity.
But I mean, I guess when you have that many wins under your belt and that much free MC, and heroes aren't really commonplace in comps, so I guess if you got to burn, then you got to burn. Still waiting on MJ12 to lock. I feel like I should start trying to enforce a time limit.
It's the last drop. Let them strategize.
Doesn't matter.
Yep. And then we pull them in for interviews, which will be pretty odd seeing as I've never done a 3-man interview before. They say they're locked. They're not ready. Can't launch if you're not ready, guys. As a caster, that will always be one of my biggest pet peeves. And Taco Rod Warrior now has IRL stuff coming up. Oh nope, we're launching. Cool. I just noticed something. The score for kills every drop has always been 6-3. That's a little odd thing I realized. So while Black Omen has won this week, giving MJ12 their first loss, this game will still give your team 500 MC into your prize pool for every drop won. So this round certainly is not over for MJ12 as we wait for this drop to start, as there's still a good incentive left for them to win. And as expected, MJ12, not MJ12, JGX is bringing range with a Battlemaster, a Mauler, a Blackjack, and 3 Wolfhounds.
It appears MJ12 is also bringing range. They have 2 AC, 2 Jaegerman, a Quadier PPC, awesome. They do have an MPL Uzio and a medium laser flea.
Quad ERP, awesome. That's the 8Q. Huh, I would have thought that would be better suited to the M9M.
No.
That is the ERP quirk.
No, because the awesome is more heat gen, the AQ is more heat gen, and the C skill quirk applies to all PPCs.
Oh, that's true.
And it gets them all torso mounted. It's just better.
Oh yeah, that's true. I am foolish.
So it looks like MJ12 is going 10 line.
Oh no,
Looks another 10 line strat.
The turtling is real.
if JGX sees how fast this cap goes, they should be able to tell right away.
That cap is going really fast. Yeah, JGX.
And it looks like
JGX
JGX is already moving to respawn and to scout. They're moving their light pack. They have 3 Wolfhound 2s, and those guys are going off to scout it.
Don't step in Epsilon. It's not a valid cap. Naveed, don't do it. Naveed, I'm loving the purple. And they've been spotted.
Now the games begin.
Krasnopesky running 6 med lasers on his Wolfhound, an unusual choice.
How do you bring up the percentage overlay?
Tab.
Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, Kras running 6 meds.
And
unusual
JGX
choice.
brought a Mauler MX90.
Yep.
What does it have? It probably AC2s.
I'm just gonna get up.
Yes,
in the
6
face.
AC2s.
Yep. Then Battlemaster. Could you check the speed of that Battlemaster? I'm curious if it's XL or LFE, or maybe standard.
It's 5-year large, 61. It is definitely LFE.
That might even be standard.
It's
if
a big
5-year
TC.
large.
It's 880 meters on the Euro larges, so I'm
big
pretty
TCON.
sure it's LFE. Lots of heat sinks.
Yep. And we are about to have a 10-line engagement, as we're gonna have a 3v3 about to crest the hill.
Wow.
Which is how most teams have been playing this map out. Unusual choice, but
MJ12 is the tonnage and the DPS advantage right now.
They would be very well off to just annihilate.
Bearclaw is in the open. He is gonna caught out right now.
and
He's taking heavy damage.
And
He
we
is
have the fleet on his rear.
66%. He is about to die. He is about to go down.
Bearclaw just doing his
MJ12 needs
best
to
stay
finish the
alive.
deal.
They need to just
Bearclaw
push.
He is
down.
down. Bearclaw picked in his Battlemaster.
And Lermgod's about to follow as he's alone.
They're
they're focusing Lermgod. JGX's lights are doing nothing right now as their team gets farmed.
They have a superior firing line.
The lights are finally in the back, but MJ12 is the rear guard of the BJ3 and Draven and the Uziel. However, Texan right now is getting
down.
focused. However, Lermgod just went down.
both.
Texan, I think, is gonna die here though. His team needs to move up. Backed is actually very hurt in his Jaeger mech. There goes Texan.
Texan's down. And we have the 6 ER med fleet now moving in on the Blackjack. Pasha.
Navid is about to die though. However,
And Draven goes
dies.
down. Ooh.
Actually, JGX's lights might clean up. Their lights are fresh. Backed is about to get killed.
And Pasha's about to drop. Back
And
goes down.
they're focusing Pasha instead of focusing the lights. That Blackjack doesn't have
Taco
the DPS.
Warrior goes down. The lights
Yeah,
make
this is actually
going
gonna be it. This is actually gonna be it. I don't know if JGX's
Wow.
strategy was to sacrifice the results in their big mechs.
Wow.
JGX, this is gonna be JGX's game.
Oh, John McFuzzy gets the strike kill on Pasha. But
It's
I don't think it's
irrelevant.
gonna be
He's
enough.
already de-armed.
Yep, he's lost his arms. He's down to 4
It's
meds,
over.
but this is gonna be the end of him.
So good. It looked so good. For
It looked
MJ12.
very good, but they didn't have a
Wow.
solution to JGX's lights. They didn't have a solution to the triple Wolfhound flank. Or it was actually 2 of them because Navid was, I guess, playing bait in the front. But
Game. There we go.
I am surprised Bearclaw let himself get picked, though. I feel like that was not necessary at all. Better communication from JGX should have prevented that.
I agree with you on that. Now, if you excuse
If their
me,
plan,
let me add
if their
Texan.
plan was to bait out their own assaults and have the lights play as cleanup, then it was very well executed.
I'm gonna be surprised if Bearclaw did 100 damage, actually.
I don't think he did. I don't think he's gonna.
Then he will be if he didn't, then he'll be the recipient of our Double D award.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I love you, Bearclaw.
Yeah, 35 damage in that Battle Master. Draven, however, like that Uziel just dies too quickly under focus fire. I wasn't even watching their fight, but I guarantee you what happened. Draven was rear guard, but he just got burned down by 2 Wolfhounds, which are literally just tankier Uziels.
Is
So that Uziel's just too squishy. However, John McFuzzy in the Jaeger mech, 780 damage. He had a field day on JGX max.
I guess Bear Claw
However, the
is a
rest
new
of his
panic
team
button?
was less than half. So maybe a strike? Disproportionate workload? I'm not sure. Either way, that was a very interesting match.
Let's get these stats up for a more in-depth view. Do-do-do-do-do. As we now prepare to get 2 pilots in, 1 from each team for the interview. I believe Texan Scrublord.
Move over to the comp Discord.
I'm just gonna pull them in here actually.
Okay.
You could probably turn off the screen
Yep.
share, Bowser.
Yes.
If I can figure out how.
And Texan Scrublord and Kras Pesky are now being added to the call, and we have Kras in, and we have Texan in. Wonderful. Hello.
Welcome.
I believe you 2 are the team leaders for both teams, right? Or
Yep.
Basically.
all right.
That was a very interesting set of matches. I don't really know where to start. I think my biggest question is for drop 1, MJ12. What was the thought process behind the 3 ERPPC heavies for trading?
Because we thought JGX were going to bring ER large, and we know we can't trade with ER large for shit. Just stack ERPPCs and just able to alpha that single time we poke.
All right. And then drop 2. That the Black Knights was the biggest standout in my belief.
Yeah, I mean, with the Black Knights, we were just too far forward, and MJ12 pushed us as they should have, and they beat us, focused us down. Pretty simple. The actual Black Knights themselves work very well as trading mix.
Absolutely, the Black Knights are phenomenal. It was just the positioning. I'm not sure if you guys hadn't scouted that.
Yeah, no, that's
what
exactly
they were
right.
doing.
It was just poor scouting.
I had an assumption that was the case. I had a feeling you guys would not have moved up there if you hadn't seen everything. But
yeah, it
regardless,
was just poor scouting. Yeah, I mean, that drop. If the Black Knights were like 300 meters back from
absolutely,
where they were, it would have been
absolutely,
completely different.
absolutely, you just needed the Black Knights a little bit further back and the mediums in front of them, and that would have been
That was the idea with that deck anyway. So, but yeah, it was just poor movement, poor scouting. Happens.
Drops 3 and 4, Texan. Why?
What's up with the Thanatoses? What's up with the Thanatoses? Can you answer that?
Someone came up with a strat that it might take a brawl deck, so if we could take out one of them, peeking the corner from like 1 alpha, it could take the brawl in our favor. But obviously they just started taking Grasshoppers and Phoenix Hawks on the highest possible ground, which abused the Thanatos' horrible pitch, I feel.
Drop 4, you guys, MJ12, you guys had a perfect opportunity to push JGX in the back. You guys had your mediums in the center, and JGX crossed over one of the alleyways, and you guys should have been able to see it and call it out. Was it just, did you not, were you
It
just
was a
looking the wrong
miscall
way?
on my part. It was a miscall because I accidentally thought that meant they were rotating around the entirety. Maybe trying to put pressure on their cap point, since we had the 2 cap at that point.
You should have just not pushed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I agree.
that
two
was the
caps.
same thing that we said during the
I'm
cast.
not sure if they had the option because you guys had a stronger cap deck. So the way I see it, they were forced to push because you had the stronger cap deck with the Phoenix Hawks and everything. So they would not have won a cap war, in my opinion. So
Yeah, but I mean, if you're just holding center like they were, and then you see the cap on the other side start to get taken, you know you're a mech down, so then you push, right?
right.
No.
It just depends. I think it depends.
Some timing. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to take a cap straight. You just if you got two caps, and you got them like, you know where the enemy team is, then you can just sit there and just wait. And then if you see that far away cap start to get capped, then you know at least one of their mechs is like far away from their main body, and then you can push and do a 5v6, which is much better than doing a 6v6 push, obviously.
Did Tios die?
I don't know.
No, sorry. I was preoccupied. Can you say again? Or what?
You're running the interview?
Yeah, sorry. Now moving on to drop 5. The light mech cleanup was unreal for that. I completely thought that you guys had lost with I want to say it was Bear Claw pulling an absolute panic with not quite 12 damage, but fairly close.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
That's no too far. Dial it back.
Hey, I will make jokes as I please. Besides, it's out of love. MJ12, how did you guys not? Okay, my first question is were you guys aware of the lights in your backfield?
Supposedly, our one medium that was supposed to keep track of it was, and he just wasn't allowed to nothing called, because that's not our usual Uzio pilot for that job. Fortunately, they had to go camping this exact day.
That was Draven, wasn't it, the Uzil?
Usually it's Briar.
I feel like the Uziel is an interesting choice as well. I disagree with it to an extent because like the way you guys built, right? You wanted to win the upfront trades and you weren't really ready to win any kind of light battle. So I feel like instead of an Uziel, maybe a crap would have been better. I'm not sure. What do you like? I guess you picked the Uziel for the speed. Probably would be my.
It's just the lack of mechs on their side. A lot of people have the crab I was specifically asking for that strat.
Gotcha. And what was your? I'm curious. What was your plan with the medium laser flea? Yeah, that's an interesting choice. It's actually I think it's pretty strong on Grim, but it is still interesting given your deck. What were you thinking with the flea?
Just so it can scout and see if whether or not they're actually going to do the G10 Overwatch or if they're going to do the Brawl push early.
No, okay, so I mean, like, with the build, like, why mediums instead of SPL smalls, which I believe would have been a lot more beneficial with your... Did you have a plan, or was it just pilot preference or whatever?
I believe it was pilot preference.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's fair. JGX, I take it you guys felt the pain of trying to force all of your weight on 2 mechs, or is that just poor luck in your opinion?
On the drop 5?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I don't really know what happened to the other side. I was on the low side pushing the flank. I think probably it was just a case of Bear Claw being out of position. We called a push that was happening, but yeah, I don't know exactly what went wrong on that side. I'll have to review it after this.
Okay, that's fair. I don't have any more things to ask about Bowser Dark. Do either of you guys have any questions?
I got one more for Texan.
All right.
What's your mindset when you go up a team like JGX? Like they're, a third place world champion or world MechWarrior World Championship finishing team. They finished third. They're a very good team. Everybody knows this. What's your mindset when you go up against a team as powerful as them with such a strong reputation?
Just accept that even though like you're a newer team and you have weaknesses, just try to play your and try to prepare for what they usually play probably.
No, I think in my personal opinion that all but I believe drop 4, I think you guys did a very good job kind of slugging your own weight around with JGX.
Yeah, I think even though the final score was 4-1, you guys did put up a very good showing against your opponents when you consider the base skill gap in the seeding.
Draw 5 just has me weirded out. I just such a strange drop. I think that was definitely one of the stranger drops I have ever seen. That's no disrespect intended. It's definitely one of the way it played out is definitely one of the stranger drops. I think the only questions I have are pretty much just deck choices, but I think a lot of it's been answered. Excuse me. So I think that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. I don't have anything else to ask. I believe you two covered your last points. Is there anything else the two of you want to say before we call this a night?
No, thanks for casting. Good job, boys.
All right.
Thanks for casting.
Well done to Majestic 12. They put up a really good fight. I'll be looking forward to watching their matches for the last 2 rounds too.
Absolutely, well played to both of you guys.
Yes, well played.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Adios. And thank you to everyone who watched. To go over, the final score was 4 wins to JGX Black Omen, 1 win to MJ12. Even though the final score was 4-1, I would say that score was not true to how the match was played, with only match 4 being the true stomp of Black Omen. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you